Okay, William, here we go. We've got 4 watches here, all very nice. I mean, there's not really much to say cosmetically, they're great. Kakume is intact in its original. Sweep and chrono hands are faded, but you know what? They're original and the dial looks really clean. And look at the perfect white lume. This is a really nice watch. That's a really nice watch. That's awesome. And I love the, you know, it's completely original and clearly uncleaned. That's fantastic. Oh boy. Look at this gold dial. Look at it. Look at the perfect lume. It's a late one. Ooh. March 1977. But again, perfectly clean hands, lume, dial, indicator ring, all that stuff. That's a humdinger. We have an extremely nice, respectable world time. Super cool. Yep. Again, nice clean lume, clean dial in hands. 1970, January 1970. And of course, this super nice, unrestored but completely original, 7548 7000F, yes. Arnold, it's a General Schwarzkopf. Storm and Norman. Okay, nothing to it but to do it, so let's do it. Okay, it is obviously a runner. Hang on just one sec. Okay, it is, I don't know why my microphone is freaking out. In any case, it's clearly a runner. There's no question about that. Crystal is, it's got some minor scratches on the inside of all things. Hands are a little hazy. Dial is good. Bezel barely turns. Ooh, look at that nice case back. It's still got remains of the frosting on it. Isn't that nice? Battery change marks in almost the end of 1987. This scale is rarely used. It's rare that I see more than 1 or 2 marks on it. Oh, it's a good move. It's a good, look at the case. Look at the, look at the condition of the case. This one didn't get worn a lot. It saw sun, but wow, that's super nice. Oh yeah, right. So here's the question though. Oh yeah. See the hand stack moving there? Look at the white dot next to the O there. Yeah, that's the whole hand stack shifting back and forth because the hole for the center wheel is worn. So we're gonna have to jewel that, but you know, what are you gonna do? That's pretty okay. All right, let's start doing it. Okay, well, we got a little lucky here. First always makes me shake my head a little bit. Nice big old fingerprint here. We got some haze and some dust. Both of these screws are incorrect. They are, I can tell you right now, they're not the correct step screw. Neither one thing nor the other, but that's what it is. We also have, we are very lucky, some rust on your movement ring spring. These things are the canary in the coal mine. When any moisture gets in, that is the first thing that rusts. I'm hoping, I'd be surprised if it was like more than a surface damage, but let's see if I can get it out in one piece. Yeah, I think it's, I just need to scrape it down and treat it, but yeah, that's okay. Yeah, these are definitely, somebody lost the step screws. I have them. New old stock genuine Seiko, and it looks like you're gonna be getting at least 2 of them. I also am, I'd be shocked if your if your rest washer for this side of the strap isn't also missing, because that is almost always the next shoe to drop. Oh my gosh, I'm wrong. Look, it's there. Wow, cool. All right, so that's good news. That rest washer, boy, they tend to just get lost a lot. You know, that right there, that little baby. Okay, so good. You've got that. That's excellent. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Geez, oh Pete, look at this. Look at the battery acid. Look at the battery acid. How did this watch survive? Man. It wasn't the current battery, it wasn't this Duracell. It's still working and that's not there, but wow. Holy cow. So I gotta get some, I gotta get a base on there to neutralize that stuff out. Okay. Wow, okay, so the acid, it flowed right through onto this side. That's amazing. I am flabbergasted that this continued to run and work. I think your day wheel is date wheel is bad. Yeah, the acid ate right through the aluminum there, and so that's junk. I'll have to replace that. I should be able to save this day wheel. Yeah, but the date wheel is definitely dead. You can see it sort of piling up there, swelling up. Yeah, look at that, it's just disintegrating. Okay, well, that's a twist I was not anticipating. But it's okay. I dealt with it before, I'll deal with it again. Yeah, I'm anticipating we're gonna have I'm gonna see some damage to, oh, in fact, I can already see it. Yeah, there's damage to the teeth here. This is the date driving wheel, because there's no way that this ring would have moved, and so one of the parts had something got to give, as the song goes, and so that is what went. So that's bad. That is oh so very bad. I can't believe this watch was still running. I really can't. Oh, it's so stuck. Yikes. Okay. So I'm going to have to go over all this stuff with a weak base to neutralize the acid crystals that are everywhere. There's going to be some hand cleaning involved in bringing this back to life. Okay. Yeah, this date driving wheel is very bad. Yeah. You can see all the teeth are smashed over here. So that's the end of that. Lordy. Come on. Don't fight me. There we go. This 6309 setting lever spring setup is always, it's nice because it's so compact and easy and single part. There's, you know, for keyless works, it's really pretty neat. That is dirty. I don't see any damaged teeth. I'll have to look at that real close. I don't know why there would be, but so anyway. Yeah. Okay. time to get cleaning. Okay, so the nice thing is you have battery acid, a little bit of it. But what you do is you have vinegar. I'm sorry, not vinegar. Gosh, I always do this. Darn it. Ammonia. And it just, the acid just goes away. So that's good. That's a good place to start. And for fun, if you want to see it, I prepped a little thingy there. See how that happens? Okay, so now keep in mind this thing is already dead. There's no way to save it. Get in there. Yeah, you can see, look, the acid appears to have eaten part of a tooth away. That's crazy. That's some of the wildest damage I've seen. Yeah, look at that. It ate right through the aluminum. That's bananas. Yeah, it just comes apart. Okay. Well, I'll clean that up and we'll see how it goes. The last thing is I need to get a little bit of ammonia on a Q-tip. Got to be real careful with this, because we don't want to get ammonia everywhere any more than we want to get. I can't believe that this thing. Look at the acid on the CMOS. Wow. Get all those hairs off there. Don't mind that. Anyway, but as you can see, the ammonia just, the acid crystals just go away. Now the big question is, of course, how this is going to behave after the fact, but as long as there isn't anything super gnarly in there, it should be okay, I hope. There, see, just goes away. That's what we want. Okay, that is how we do it. So I will look at all these connections, make sure that everything is bright as it should be. These two little connections right there, boom, boom. Those are the super critical ones. Got to make sure those are bright. So we get a nice strong connection from the circuit to the coil. Yeah. Still got some yuckies in there. That looks a lot better, don't you think? I think so. Okay, and now that is done, I'll go over this and clean it even more specifically and test it, see what the numbers say. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, final step, pulling your trace apart. It's something I was anticipating, and I was correct. When you always have to be careful when you pop these 6309 style bezels off, because if you're not careful, you'll lose your click ball, which is right there. We don't want to do that. No, indeed. We got us some gruck. Ugh, it's so stiff. Okay, put that over there. Yeah, you can see there is the That's the spring right there. There's the spring. So normally this thing is crimped into the case, but that is, looks like that, oops, sorry. Looks like that has chipped away or something. I haven't yet come up with a good way to get that to where it needs to be. Yikes, dirty. I'm amazed that this watch survived so well. Oops. A little bit of corrosion in there. I've seen worse. Let's get that crystal out. And there's that. Let's look at your sealing surfaces. Yeah, they look okay. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get it clean. Okay, out of the cleaner, we can see that there is no pitting. Not really. There's a little bit, just a little bit right here. But other than that, looking pretty sharp. Okay, so I'm going to be able to now, I'm going to put that center wheel jewel in. Got it right here. New old stock. Ready to go. And there we go. Gosh darn it, would you focus? Anyway, you can see it there in all of its unfocused glory. There we go. Okay, let's start putting it together. Well, that thing happened. I had a feeling, I don't know why I had a feeling, but I was like, this is your male crown post. You'll notice that the threaded section is snapped off the bottom. It's snapped off inside the crown. You can see it right there. That is the stump of it, and it is below the lip, metal lip around that in there, and there's no way to get it out. I think I've gotten a couple out over all the years I've been doing this. And you can't even rust it out because it doesn't rust. This material, it doesn't rust out. So I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, it just came off in there. These things are stressed, and sometimes they just come apart, and in this case they did. So, but thankfully I have genuine new old stock crowns, and I will, you will be getting one. Okay, and a post too. Okay, so there's the old dead one, there's the old dead one, here is the brand new one, and here is the brand new one with the brand new seal inside. So that is always so nice. It's unfortunate, but man, what are you going to do? Thank goodness I have these new old stock ones. Thank goodness. Let's put this thing together, huh? The nice thing about getting a new crown post like this, and a new crown and everything else, is that you are, darn it, you're starting fresh. You don't have to worry about, any of that stuff. Come on. And I always go, the reason I use these really fine tip tweezers is because I try to avoid this happening. I don't want to just honk on it and snap the things off. I want that if there's any resistance, if I feel any resistance, I want to know about it before it happens. There, I can feel it there, but I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on it. And then I can very carefully firm it down, and there it is. There, good. So you'll get the old ones back. So maybe someday I'll come up with a fix to get these old broken stumps out of there. But right now I don't. I don't have such a thing. So that's unfortunate, but it is the way that it is. Let's get some silicone grease. Everybody likes some silicone grease. Great on toast. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Wait, where are you? Ah, there we go. There we go. But it's silicone grease. Never hurt anyone. Keeps your car regular. Does all the things that you need it to do. Gets your television better reception. Silicone grease. Good for what ails you. Let me look at something here. Okay. Then we have your stem rest. Darn it. Stop that. We have your stem rest washer. That goes right there. And this is your female split stem. It goes right in there. This part's always kind of fun. There's a kind of a trick to it, and if you aren't really sure what you're doing, you can send the whole thing will go into orbit. Trust me, someday when this house gets totally taken apart, I am hoping to find dozens of these damn things. See if I did it. Oh, I did do it. There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Good. Now I can move ahead. So here's a little fun tip or trick or thing that has to be done. One of the reasons why these, you've got to pull these movements apart. You can't just rinse the movement. Some people I know do that, and you can get rid of the oils and stuff like that. This is your stepper motor. This is the thing that actually goes tick, tick, tick. It's the one that turns with the impulse. It's a very strong magnet. And if you look right here, see all this little metallic stuff right there? That is metal shavings and other crap that was stuck to the outside of the magnet, and they can stop a movement cold. And the only way to get them off is your good friend Rotico. When you put it on there, you can see where I rolled it along sideways, and it pulled all that stuff off of there. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. There's no other way. There's no shortcut. It has to all come apart. Everything's got to be cleaned, especially that thing. Okay, I have the back half of the movement assembled. So it's always fun at this point to let's drop a battery in it. Aha. Do you see life? Because I see life. I had to go back in by hand and dig out more acid from underneath things here, but looks like it's alive. Okay, that's good news. I have a brand new handy dandy step screw right here, which is always nice. Brand new, which is going to be good. I'm excited about that. Come on, there we go. It's another interesting challenge always is to figure out how to do this without launching a screw into space. Well, what you do is you don't use the screwdriver to hold it down. You hold it down with your finger, and then you screw it down. Firm that down nicely. And you come over here. That's firmed down nicely. Oh, don't you stop it. Then clean this off. There's definitely some haze still on the metal. You can see on the bridge there's still a little bit of staining. Come on. Yeah, I'll do my best on this one, but there's some things that just aren't going to come off. I mean, unless I was going to go and like metal polish it or something. Yeah, some of this staining is it's just there to stay. It's going to be clean, obviously, but it'll be there to stay. Yep, still running. Okay, so it's almost dinner time, so I'm going to, let's fire up the QT99 and see what we can find. Okay. QT99 to maximum. It's thinking. picking up a signal here for us. There we go. No, come on. 5 o'clock. Yeah, it is quitting time. Okay, so far, it looks like we are... I don't know, if you want to round, it'd be almost 0.2 of a second losing, and it looks like that's increasing. As these movements run in, the accuracy level is going to go down. It's just a function of the stuff slopping around. So let's see if I can see what the heck I'm doing, which is, aha! Let's try a little tweak one way. Oh, that just does not want to move. Somebody's printing something. Let's wait for the next 10-second gate to go by and see how it looks. Doesn't look like I changed anything. I need something with a little bit more oomph. Because I'm not moving this adjuster at all. Oh no. The door got opened and Kraken's in here. What are you doing, you silly... God, you can tell it's 5 o'clock. The hounds have been released. Kraken, really? Kraken, this doesn't help me. Stop that. Honey, can you evict the cat?
Stop it. Bad kitty.
Let's try this. I am just... You know, it's one thing with acid. There we go. Ugh. It did not want to move. Okay. I don't believe that. So I'm going to let a 10-second gate roll by. And we are going to see. Yeah, see, because this thing is set for to count 10 times to see where it's at. And then it averages out from there. So let's... Kraken's pissed off. She's trying to get back in here. I'm going to wait for another 10-second gate. Okay. We are getting there. Good Lord. Let's keep dropping it. Let's wait for another 10-second gate. I don't understand Kraken. If she had any brains at all, she realized that food is upstairs. It's not down here with me. Come on, keep dropping. Whew. Let's wait for a 10-second gate. Okay. So this is where things get interesting. That's probably too much. That's going to send us into the negative. I'm going to have to come back the other way. No, look at that. I got real tight on that one. That's 5/100ths of a second per day gaining. 2/100ths of a second per day gaining. These things are accurate enough. I mean, these 7548s are accurate enough. I did one for one customer. It's the video is KB. It's a 7548, and he is overseas. He's in Singapore, and I synced the watch to his local time to the second, and it was to the second when it got to him in Singapore. He was very impressed, and that's what these things are capable of doing. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to let that sit, and I'm going to check it overnight. That's okay. Notice we're getting tiny little hundredths of a variable, second variable, but that's it. Yeah, I'm going to leave that be. That's it. That's it. Tomorrow I'll pull the plug. We'll come back and revisit tomorrow. Okay, it is tomorrow. Good morning. And let's see. I've gone ahead and put the calendar on the front, so the front side is working. It's definitely a runner, obviously. It's not hearing properly. There we go. So we're going to see what it's doing. Yeah, as I always say, that as these things run in, the numbers are going to drop, so we've got to dial it back in. Come on. Okay, there's a little touch. Let's see if I remember the right way to go. So let's wait for another 10 gate. The gate 10 to roll by. Get our average. Still dropping, okay. There's a little bit of a move, I think. Or not. Let's wait for another 10 to go by. Am I going the wrong direction? Oh gosh, I left the door open and Milo got in here. Milo. What? 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 Aha! Milo, really? Now? Okay, so it's staying real steady there. I want to see if I can drop that back down a little bit. That was counterclockwise to drop it. Let's see if I remember backwards. Oh, I think I did remember backwards. Oh, Milo, would you knock it off? Stop squeeping at me. What? Oh, or not. I don't know. Okay, that moved a teeny bit. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. I got distracted by a cat. Counterclockwise is dialing it down. Because the way that these variable trimmers work, you can turn them 360 degrees, and the accuracy adjustment does a sine wave. It'll go higher, 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 and that'll crest and it'll start going lower, and then you can go the circle in like so. So there's no right way or wrong way, no up or down. It's just, it's wherever you're at in the turn. And that's why it is so important to have a quartz tester. You can't adjust these things without having a quartz tester. You just can't. Believe me, I've tried it. It doesn't work. Because you just, I mean, because the percentage of the change, the twist that I'm doing there is so infinitesimally small. There's just, you can try to average it out day after day after day, which I've tried doing, and come on, and it just is just not possible. Just a waste of time. Oh, come on now. I barely moved that. Let's see if it drops down again. What? Leave for another gate 10. Sometimes you hit it right away. Other times you have to go around and around and figure this out. Now look, 5/100ths of a second a day, positive. That's fine. Come on, let's hold steady right there. That'd be great. Oh, you see, it didn't hear it, missed a beat. So ignore that. I don't believe that either. I have to wait for another gate. There you go, see? Let's just hover in that area, okay? Yeah, that's what we want.
Oh, there you are, Milo.
Yes, he's in here.
Mommy said he's the one who eats cat mint.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is exactly where we want to be. Look at that. Hovering right there, just a tiny little bit of gain. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay, yep, that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to case it up and I'll check it again, but that's where we want to be. Yeah, that's exactly where we want to be. I mean, that's silly accurate. That's 100th of a second per day. That's wacky. I mean, that means it would take whatever, a third, it would take almost a third of a year before, you know, before it started really coming off something. I mean, you'd be in the position of gaining less than a second a month. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I love these 7.5/4/8 so much. Any of this era of Seiko stuff that has that variable trimmer. Even like that ladies watch I was talking about the other day, that 2.5 quarts has a variable trimmer like this. It's killer. I mean, Seiko replaced this beautiful movement with the 7C movement, which is mostly plastic, and only has 2 minor little adjustments. I mean, granted, it's a few pennies more. They could be making this movement today, and it would still be a world beater. Okay. Okay, as I said, I got the front end assembled and wanted to get it running. There's your original day wheel. I did get the acid bit cleaned up. Hang on just one second. You can see it. It was right here. So it's actually on the French section, so that's good. Your original date wheel. You can see how that just ate into the metal. It's all gone. So you got a new day wheel. Let me go here. packs as it should. Ah, I see. It was turning over the date. That's why it was acting funny. Good. Okay. So that means that I can now move forward. I'm going to put dial and hands on, case it, and I'll check it one more time, but then I'll move on.